ओम बनाएगा वो
We're in the middle of the 5-day Hindu celebration of Diwali, and what you hear are fireworks from Saturday night in Shawnee, outside the Hindu Temple and Cultural Center. The Hindu community was gathered there to celebrate Kansas City's biggest ever Diwali party. Some 2,000 people came, double what the temple expected. Earlier this week, KCUR's Alex Smith went to the Hindu temple there in Shawnee to find out more about the holiday known as the Festival of Lights.
It's a Wednesday evening at the Hindu Temple and Cultural Center, and a handful of members are taking part in a twice-daily prayer service. Inside the sanctum, there's a huge white-tiled altar festooned with orange, blue, and red paper garlands. The altar is lined with niches containing marble statues of Hinduism's many gods. About 30 of these statues line the walls and wrap all the way around the back of the altar. A priest leads chants and offers blessings while parishioners ring a pair of bells and take turns holding candles. Tomorrow, temple members will start preparing for Diwali, the biggest celebration on the Hindu calendar. It's a holiday remembered by Indian-born Hindus as a time for food, family, and lots of fireworks.
We used to kind of, plead with our with our dad, mom, and say, can I get this one? Can I get one that's something more powerful? And finally, we kind of get a collection of fireworks. So for kids, that's the major attraction is fireworks. And then on the day of Diwali, we would be up at like 3 or 4 in the morning. If you're not up, the neighbor's firecracker is going to wake you up anyway.
That's Temple Vice President Srini Bhagavan. Born in South India, he says he's glad that the Shawnee Temple allows his American-raised children to learn the traditions of Hinduism. But until this year, Diwali in Kansas City has had no fireworks, and he thinks his children have been missing out.
It's like imagine Christmas without lights. It would have the exact same effect if we celebrated Diwali without fireworks.
Fireworks on Diwali are about more than just explosions and loud noises. They have a religious significance on a holiday which is known as the Festival of Lights. According to one of many Diwali Hindu myths, Lord Rama, who is an incarnation of the supreme god Vishnu, was forced into exile for 14 years. During this exile, he fought and defeated the demon king Ravana. It's a new moon on the night Rama was supposed to return home and too dark for him to find his way. So the people of his homeland set out oil lamps so he can find his way home. Today, the Festival of Lights includes lamps, candles, and fireworks. According to President Ravi, Diwali is also now celebrated by Buddhists, Sikhs, Jains, and just about everyone else in India as a cultural holiday.
It represents essentially a desire of light, an intrinsic determination to combat darkness, and the inherent compulsion for freeing oneself from all that is narrow. It's renewing the confidence among the individuals that there's a new beginning. Diwali is something where it brings new hopes, new aspirations. It's a renewing your ambitions and something that yes I'm living for, and so it's celebrated in complete festivity.
Diwali is a national holiday in India, and everyone has 5 days off school and work. Mehra says that now many Indians have switched from living in extended families to nuclear families. This is especially important as a time of reunion. Diwali is full of family traditions, like the 5th day of Bhai Dooj.
It's one day when wherever I am, I always make sure I call my sister, or she calls me and we talk for hours. Bhai Dooj is basically when brother and sister, they actually renew their vows and they say, okay, I'm going to protect you and I'm there. Whenever you want me, I'm there to help you out.
Kansas City's Hindu temple began in 1982. That's when 3 Hindu families decided to start a temple to serve about 150 families living mostly in the southwest Kansas City suburbs. With nearly 1 billion followers, Hinduism is an incredibly diverse religion with over 300,000 deities and widely varying traditions throughout East Asia. So as new families have arrived in Kansas City, they've brought with them regional gods and practices. The temple now even has 2 priests, one from North India and one from the South, to accommodate all the practices. Ravi Mehra says what's resulted is a patchwork quilt of Hinduism.
I'm from North India. I'm from New Delhi. And New Delhi being the capital of India, we were exposed to a lot of customs and all, but never as much as I would say in Kansas City, and because when I came to this temple, I was able to see and experience programs, ritualistic as well as cultural, which I have only seen them on televisions before.
Today, nearly 30 years after the temple began, it serves several hundred families in Kansas and Missouri. A few years ago, they expanded the building to include classrooms and a giant event hall. The temple has also been reaching out to help those beyond its community, like in a recent Haitian earthquake relief campaign. But with the costs and local laws to deal with, this is the first year that a Diwali-worthy fireworks celebration has even been considered. Here's Srini Bhagavan.
Having fireworks, for example, professionally run fireworks was so far out in the left field that people didn't even kind of think about it for the longest of times. And they said, what we'll do is we'll just finish the religious aspects of Diwali and then kind of, wish everybody well and conclude the session. But this year we had our public relations Chandra Venkat who kind of put forth the idea and said, why don't we actually have professional fireworks? And then we all kind of looked at each other and said, really? Can we really do that? So in November.
After explaining the importance of Diwali to the city of Shawnee, the temple was given permission to present a fireworks display on November 6th. The Hindu temple sees it as a chance to reach out and share with the non-Hindu community of Kansas City. While it's not a free-for-all like in India, the Indian-born temple members look forward to sharing Diwali fireworks with their children as they remember the holiday from their youth.
People are setting off these things, whether they are kind of, small bombs or, to rockets. So sometimes kids, I have done it myself, I'm guilty of it, where they kind of put rockets inside bottles and then light them, and then, oh, by the way, the bottle kind of tips over and then the rocket goes horizontally. It might hit somebody in the process and people yell at you. But then it's actually, part of the spirit of celebrating Diwali. And even now when we call home on Diwali, people can't even hear us because there's loud fireworks going on in the background. So it's kind of funny, very nostalgic memories growing up.
Kansas Cityans got a chance to share in the Diwali festivities on Saturday night when the Hindu Temple and Cultural Center hosted a fireworks display.
KC Current's Alex Smith brought us that story.